where it ranks on there, but it's got to be high because I have heard from so many people. And anyway, so what happened, someone's asking who else was taken by the state. There were some siblings. Okay, let me just explain. The Whittakers are a family that was a documentary done a long time ago that it's an inbred family in the hills of West Virginia, in a town called Odd, West Virginia. And they were in a documentary just kind of bringing to the forefront some things that go on that a lot of people don't really see because it's something that is kind of secluded, very forgotten part about the country. There were 15 kids that were given birth by 2 first cousins, and that was their mother and father. Some of them are somewhat normal. They're pretty normal, but the other ones were mentally challenged, as expected. And so some of them have passed away, but there are 3 that were mentally challenged, living in the same house with other siblings. And anyway, my heart just broke for them, just like everybody else, and it became something that, the only way I can describe it was probably the most watched YouTube, Rumble, Instagram, and Facebook videos, and probably the biggest documentary, unscripted. It was a reality show all wrapped into one, soap opera, you name it. It has everything in it. And it stole the hearts of everybody because in the recent years, now this is going to blow your mind. This all happened in 4 months. Now the documentaries took place a long time ago. There was another person in there doing things, and people have tried to resurface the stories about the Whitaker family, but there was a kid that went to kindergarten or first grade, I think, with his name is Patrick Rourke, and that's who I met. Another guy named Eric Carroll. They got together and formed this group, this consortium with the Whittakers, that they were going to bring them back onto social media, and they had a deal. They were going to split everything up, a third, and a third, and then all the donations would go to the Whittakers, 100% of the donations. So, but what they did was, what I thought was amazing was they included humor. So they're taking Timmy fishing, and they're doing stuff, zip lining and mud bogging, and it was unbelievable. And if you see this, he's just a very short, mentally challenged 46-year-old man, but he watches Barney. It's just adorable. Man, I don't know. The things we take for granted, it will really grab your heart. I'll warn you if you haven't seen them. Those videos are all still there. If you go to the Patrick Rourke page, R-O-A-R-K, Patrick Rourke, you will see those videos there. Patrick and Timmy doing all kinds of things, going to bluegrass festivals. And it's so sad because that all got stopped. But there was other drama in there. Just watch the videos. It'll kind of tell you the whole progression. You'll see how that all happens. There was a niece that came in the picture. There was an abusive situation. It was just insane. But in 4 months, they built what was turning out to be an empire. It was pretty crazy. I just seen that every time Patrick was posting, he was playing bluegrass music in his truck. I'm like, God, this guy likes bluegrass. And then Timmy, it got in his heart. That's what just made me fall in love with him. And Timmy was just, I don't know, you could just see his body moving. He just couldn't stand it. He loved hearing banjos and everything. And so I fell in love with him. I called some friends of mine. I called Travis Perry with Chord Buddy. I called Gold Tone, who builds guitars, and they have these guitars, a little smaller body that would fit him because he's real short. And then I ordered a custom strap made with his name on it. And the Chord Buddy, what's good about that is that it goes on your guitar, and because he has some challenges, you got to know Timmy. He knows his ABCs. He knows colors. Coloring is his favorite thing. And he's pretty high functional. He can't talk that you can understand. He's got his own language. All 3 of them have no way to communicate with the general public. They kind of understand each other, but Timmy's the most high functioning one. But anyway, you can play chords with 1 finger. And so he would actually be able to make some music, and so the jam sessions that go on, he'd be able to do this. This is a dream of mine. I contacted Patrick because our common love for bluegrass was like, and the more I got to talking about Patrick, it was like, he loves bluegrass too. Found out he even plays a banjo. So I was like, man, I want to do something for Timmy. I've got this idea for this guitar. and I want to get it. I have the guitar. It's beautiful. I have the chord buddy. It's incredible that it's going to work out, and I have a strap that came in. In the meantime, I have this trip planned to go to West Virginia next Friday because I'm going to be on tour with Retro 78. We're going to Kentucky. We have 2 shows. Then we're going to Buena Vista, Virginia, to the Nothing Fancy Festival. Well, guess what's 30 miles off the beaten path? Their home. I'm like, this is perfect. I'm going to go deliver the guitar. So last week, called Patrick. Everything's come in. I'm ready to go. This is going to be awesome. Now, I've never met Patrick before. Never got a chance to meet him. I've talked to him on the phone. I've watched all his videos. They're funny. They're really good. I mean, some people think that he's exploiting Timmy, but you just look at the look on Timmy's face and then watch old videos where he's just sitting in a corner staring at the floor, and then watch Patrick's videos where Patrick has them all cleaned up with new clothes on. He's got him saying the ABCs. He's taught him how to say I love you. He's taught him so much, but he's brought him out of his shell. It's an amazing story. It's an amazing story. So where this is all going is, that was the story. Last week, all hell broke loose up there. It was a big fight. I mean, with the family, and then the 2 partners who built this thing in 4 months split up over the fight. And again, I'm not going to ruin it for you. It's like telling you how a story ends in a movie. Go watch them. They're on Patrick's page. Watch those videos, and you'll see. They're short videos. They're not real long. It ain't going to take you long. And I promise you, you're going to be I hope you don't get hooked on it like I did, because I just did. So, consequently, what has happened here, and this is why I thought it was really important for me to come on my channel and talk to you guys about this, is that when the blow-up happened, obviously when there's a company that partners part ways, there's some hard feelings, and there's some things. So there's a big settlement that has to be done right now where the money just started coming in. A lot of people think they've been making a fortune for a long time, but it doesn't happen that way. It gradually ramps up. And again, it's only 4 months old. And when you see the millions of people getting into this right now, millions that were built in 4 months. Patrick told me that he just was going over to hang out with Timmy and filming what they were doing. All of a sudden he noticed that his phone was blowing up. It's like, oh my God, everybody's watching these. Then he brought Eric and said, hey, I think this is going to be something. This is what happened. And it blew up. Okay, so let me get back on track here. Anyway, so what am I going to do? I got this guitar, all this stuff is blowing up. So I'm like, Patrick, I'm coming up there. And he's like, man, I need some help. Eric has gone quiet. He will not answer my phone calls. I don't know what to do. We've got this thing going. I just don't know what to do. Can you help me? I said, I'll try. I don't know what I can help. I said, but I'll try. But I'll tell you what I'll do. I won't charge you for my services. I'll just come in and help. And let's see what we can do there first. Let's try to save this thing. So I started helping. Pretty soon, people want to know what's going on. Now, you know how reality shows are. When there's controversy, if everything was perfect, it would be boring. Because of all the things that happened, it spiked. Now, and I can show you the algorithms on a chart where all of a sudden, boom, it went through the roof. It exploded on social media. And now there's this major spike and millions of people signing down because they wanted to see the controversy that's going on. Well, guess who was caught in the crossfire? Me. So, but it's not going to stop me. If I give somebody my word, I'm going to do that. Well, then I started getting involved with the Whittakers because the state stepped in. There was a situation that happened. Again, I'm not going to ruin it for you. Just go watch the videos. The state steps in, takes those 3 away. It's a very sad scene because they have lived their entire life secluded in a little town and spent most of their life on a porch just staring at the floor. And now all of a sudden they're getting out doing fun things, and he was taking the women to go get their hair dressed, their nails done. Nobody's ever done that with them before. He made them feel like ladies, and they're in their 70s. They're late 60s and 70s. So all these wonderful things were happening for him, but it caught the attention. So people started calling agencies and stuff, and somebody called the state. The state steps in, said this is an unsanitary thing. Now keep in mind, we're talking rural West Virginia. This is a family that could not keep the house clean. There were reasons. The state's not, I'm not saying they're being mean people or anything. They weren't. They were doing their job. It was a very high profile situation. They came in and took them away because it wasn't an environment that they needed to be in. And so they're evaluating them doing that. Meanwhile, it broke the Whittakers' heart. It just tore that family up. And it just made me feel like, oh my God, I was just going to deliver a guitar to Timmy, and I was trying to get him to the bluegrass festivals. I had this dream of bringing them to Jekyll Island so that family could see the ocean for the first time. That's all I wanted. I wanted to get the picture of that family just stepping out of I had my buddy was going to bring a bus, a Prevost bus with 8 beds in it, and drive them all the way down there. I mean, this thing was like all set up. But I just wanted to film them stepping out of that bus and seeing the ocean for the first time. That was like, oh my God, it warms my heart just to think about it. Anyway, back to the story. State's got them, no more videos. It just cut off from that point forward, it stopped. Now there's millions of people addicted to those videos. Then the rumors start flying. Oh, they're embezzling. Oh, he's screwing the family over. They started attacking Eric and Patrick, and I mean mean, threatening, and it was pretty scary. Even Debbie says, what's going on? Why are people doing that? I said, I don't know. I mean, nobody knows what's going on, but they didn't appreciate getting cut off. One rumor led to the next. Then, I swear, there's like 9 spin-off podcasts now, just dedicated to the Whittakers because the hashtags are going nuts. And so they're getting all these millions of views because there's nowhere to get information. There's nowhere to get it now. So I told Patrick, you need to get online and update people on what's happening. So we tried that. Oh my God. Immediately 10,000 people viewing. I mean, this is like the president getting on and talking on a podcast. Millions of people trying to get in, bogging the system down. There was like 10,000 people watching for an hour. And then all the just nasty, they were fighting with each other. What's going on? What's going on? And, oh, you're screwing a family over. And I'm like, Patrick, you can't do these podcasts no more. There's too much negative going on. Everybody's jumping to conclusions. You're trying to explain yourself. And now, Patrick, he has a temper. And nobody would appreciate all those insults coming back as something that was, you got to remember, he built this thing himself. Nothing like this has ever happened for him. He had something that was probably the best thing he's ever done, the most successful thing. There are people who spend millions of dollars trying to get the algorithms to get him that kind of audience. He had it, and it was by accident. It was just by him hanging out with Timmy and going over to see him. But nobody knows the backstory. Anyway, so they really, really, really got pounded. And I told that, this is how smart I am. I'm like, Patrick, let me do the next one, so they can stay focused on the update, because there were some things to tell people about them being with the state. We were really concerned that they were separated, because those guys were like, I mean, this is Timmy's mom. He slept with her in the same room. These guys can't talk. They were ripped out of their homes for their family. It's the only way they could have stepped in and done it. But anyway, so I do the podcast. So I get on there. Well, what happens? Everybody comes after me. It's like, whoa, wait a minute now. Hold on a second now. I'm not part of this. I'm just trying to be a buffer and help so we can be focused. That didn't matter. People come after me. I started having people calling me going, hey, man, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I mean, I'm just trying to help this guy out here. But he said, well, I'm seeing things on here where you're scamming. And I said, you know what? It's because people don't have a source of information. And when you try to give that to them, they want the videos back. They don't want to hurt anybody. They just want the videos back, but they're willing to say anything. And that's what they're doing. So one thing leads to another. And you know what it's like? You watch these little things where you put some children, line them up and whisper something in their ear, and they go down the line. And by the time they get to the other end of the line, it's a totally different story. It's actually funny to watch, but this ain't fun. I'm telling you right now. I've become famous in a way I didn't want to become famous, but it's getting cleared up. It's getting cleared up. So I'm just going to ask my friends out there. You know me. You know how I am. 30 years in the bluegrass business, and I'm not going to throw my reputation away for anybody, but I can't turn away from just not helping this family. I could walk away and just say, folks, I'm all done with this, and it's done. I never took a penny, which I wouldn't even let them buy me a hot dog. I mean, I'm not, the money's got cooties right now. I'm not touching it. Those guys are going to settle up, and then this whole nightmare will be over. But in the meantime, I want Timmy to have this guitar, and I'm going to take it. And I'm going to tell my friends right now, whatever you read out there, just use your own judgment. You know who I am. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm in a big fight right now. I'm in the fight of my life right now from people that don't know what's going on. But I am not backing down. I'm too stubborn, and I'm going to make sure Timmy gets his guitar. And I'm now helping the family try to put things together to try to get these three back home with them. They're in a big battle, an uphill battle. It may not happen. The state may not let them reunite. But when you talk to Betty, who was in charge of everybody, she has cooked, fed, and done laundry for that family for so many years. She promised her mother that she wouldn't get married and move away to take care of them before her mom died. It is extremely a sad, sad situation. And I know I hang around with awesome people, very, very wonderful people. And I can speak for every single one of them. They would do the same thing. They'd be in this trouble too. And I'd have your back. And I know you got my back. But the rumors out there right now are just running rampant, but it's only because people want to see these videos again. I want to see them. I got hooked on them. It's amazing to watch this kid smiling, ziplining. I mean, it's just, you got to see it to believe it. It'll blow your mind, I'm telling you. And to think that in this day and age, that there are people that still live like that up there. And they're not the only ones. I mean, there's a lot of inbred families up there. But they're a product of people who made mistakes 60, 70 years ago. I hope all that's tamped down. I hope that doesn't happen anymore. I don't know. I just hope it doesn't happen anymore. It's very sad. But they were left behind. You go to the inner cities, and I've said this before, you go in these big towns and inner cities, there's programs for everybody and everything. There are churches, private organizations, the government has things. There's buildings and structures and gymnasiums and classrooms and after school stuff. There's special education programs. And you know what's in odd Virginia, or West Virginia? Just the state. They have to burden that whole thing, and they can't do that. It's just a big, heavy load. They're doing the best they can, but they don't have those things. It is a forgotten part of our country. It is a forgotten part of our country. Okay, I see one of the negative people just come here. Betty will never get it back. She may not. She may not. But that doesn't mean she shouldn't fight for them. They want to be back home. They can't talk, folks. They can't communicate. And I will agree with this person for one thing. Because I think what that person is saying on my feed right now, which I'm sad that that's there, but let me explain that. They're in the best place they could be from a health standpoint. The state has them. They're taking care of them. They're getting, if they needed medication, they're getting it. They're in a clean environment. They're protected. They're safe. Now, we can't go see them. It's sad. And that person's right. They're in the right place right now. But if you were to ask them, they want to go home. They miss their family. You can't be. Ray just turned 70 years old. He's mentally challenged. He can't speak. He just barks. But he's smiling all the time when you see him in these videos. He's probably not smiling right now. He's scared to death. They had to strap him down to a stretcher and take him out of the house. Think about that. 70 years old. He only knows one life. And then he wants to go back to that. They all do. To make matters worse, they condemned their home. And now they can't even go back to their house. It is so the whole family is living with Patrick now. He's had to take them in. Meanwhile, these people are coming after, just vicious coming after you, ripping them off. You're taking advantage of the family and all this. It's like, oh my God, how is this happening? And it's a nightmare. But I'm in this fight, and I'm in it. And I'm up day and night on social media, going to these forums and telling people, stop lying. Please don't lie. And I'm trying to put proof up there. They